What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autotop.nl. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the all-new 2021 Mercedes-AMG E63S 4MATIC Plus. I say all new, well, it has taken a while. I think it's been around for like 8 months now, but we haven't been able to get one from Mercedes, so now we have one finally. Really looking forward to this. Absolutely love the E63. So today I'm going to show you around it. We're going to take a look at the spec we've got today, and then we'll take it for a little drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. 2021 E63 in Obsidian Black is this color. Finally we have an AMG which is not in that Magno grey matte thing, which I'm kind of done with. Love this black. I think it looks so sinister, threatening from the front. I mean, we've got the new grille, Panamericana, much more aggressive than the previous one, which had this horizontal bar running across. Now with the new Panamericana grille, that's turned down a bit, so it looks like it's frowning even more. Super nice front end with new headlights as well. Also pretty angry. Massive air intakes here, air vents with radiators behind that on both sides, in the middle here as well. The car smokes. See, I knew it was a badass car. You can see there, it's a smoking car. But yeah, it looks super aggressive at the front, and these wheels, I mean, yes please, 20" with these, I don't know how they did this, these blades here. This looks absolutely incredible. I really love that. AMG on there as well. These 5 spokes, but that blade, that arrow blade look makes it really cool. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, awesome as always. And behind that we've got the regular AMG Performance brakes. Optional, of course, ceramics available. Always recommend going for ceramics on a car like this. V8 by turbo badge right there. We've got the night package as well with black window surrounds. A little gurney flap here, a little spoiler on the boot. Quite subtle, but still very nice. It does give the rear such a nice look. Absolutely love that. AMG badge, E63S badge. And we've got the quad exhaust in black as well, but they are actually fake. You can see that there are 2 kind of strangely shaped tailpipes there, exhaust pipes, and then this is just part of the bumper, which is a shame. Little diffuser there as well, and we've got new rear lights, so it really gives this facelift does really give the E63 a more modern look and takes it, you know, closer to the other models. We also have the 2-part tail light again, so part is on the body, part is on the trunk lid. But yeah, awesome spec. Really like it, especially those wheels. Yes please. Okay, so this facelift, what happened underneath here? Nothing, basically. Still the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, 612 horsepower, 850 newton meters of torque, and that is linked to a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission, which is lightning quick and very good at putting the power to the wheels. All 4 wheels are driven, of course, 4MATIC Plus, meaning that we can also turn it off. So that is really awesome about these cars. The 4MATIC Plus system on an E63S at least means that you have drift mode, which means that you can just have rear wheel drive, and that is a lot of fun. So on the inside we've got a nice spec with dark wood and light leather. Yay, really great. It's a very welcome change of pace compared to the black leather with carbon fiber we usually see. So really like this spec, awesome. We've got these AMG Performance seats, which are amazing, super comfortable. AMG logo on the headrest there. These are awesome. They are so nice and comfy, and well, that goes for the car in general. It's a very comfortable car. I do have one issue with it, which is we're going to go to neutral and I'll give it some revs. So Can we get rid of that? No, okay. So, windows then. Comfort mode, little rev. So we've got a soft limiter at, what is that, 4,000 RPM. I mean, yeah, comfort mode, valves closed, nothing too special. If you go to race mode, valves should open. So it's definitely quieter than the previous one, definitely. OPF, of course, has something to do with it, but it is a shame. It sounds a bit tame compared to the previous one, and yeah, that's not great. So for the new facelift, we also have a new steering wheel, which is awesome, with these 2 spokes, Alcantara on there as well, and we've got these new buttons down here. So they used to be here, but they got a facelift as well. So you can use the left one to switch between your suspension, gearbox, start-stop, AMG dynamics, and traction control. This is the same. And then on the right you have your driving mode. So from individual, what is that, snow, individual, comfort, sport, sport plus, and race. Really, really good. Looks awesome. The steering wheel itself is great. It's a bit thick for my liking. I don't know, it's a really thick rim. We do have some new pedal shifters, which are a bit bigger than before. That is great. And we've got the touch buttons on the steering. I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah, I've been driving it for a few hours now, and you do get used to it, but the response is not great. You have to hit it like perfectly for it to work. And I don't really like that, because that means that you need to focus on operating it, and I don't want that when I'm driving 300 kilometers an hour on the Autobahn. So yeah, I don't really like that. I think this is a mistake. But anyway, you guys know how I feel about this kind of stuff. Buttons over everything. For the facelift, we do have the IWC clock that used to be here in the center. Or here? Where was it? Here, right? That's gone. So yeah, that's a shame. Alrighty. So we're in race mode, and we'll go to manual, windows down. Second gear. There are horses there. Never mind. Oh, they're cuddling. Kitties. Okay, so don't want to absolutely floor it, but you could definitely hear that it's not as loud as it used to be, which is a real shame. The gearbox, however, I think is a lot quicker than before. I'm not sure by how much or what they did to make it quicker, but it feels like it's much more awake than the previous one, which I really like. It makes the car and the drivetrain feel a bit more urgent than it used to. The previous one felt a bit more brutal, I would say, a bit more savage, also because of the sound, but the powertrain in general. This one feels a bit more like precise, which also kind of makes it a bit less exciting. It is a very good drivetrain, don't get me wrong, but okay, so launch control. We can actually do that in manual as well, but no, let's go for the regular one. Just hit full throttle. And that's 3.4 seconds, which is the same as the outgoing one. So traction control off, both pedals, drift mode not available, manual, both pedals, up, and there we go. So now we have drift mode, which means that, oh, that was a bit of a jerk, which means that all 612 horsepower go to the rear wheels, which does make it a lot more exciting. It's quite a safe car. if you drive it. I mean, it's very, very fast, but you do feel like the four-wheel drive makes it quite a safe thing. Now, with this mode, however, you feel like a bit of the old school AMG stuff. It feels a bit more leery and a bit more like you need to pay attention. So it's very, very happy to waggle its tail and have some fun, which is really awesome. But again, the sound is, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Yeah, I can't really do anything about that. It's just a shame. You can actually hear the rear wheels go in second gear. It's very nice to have it in this rear wheel drive mode. Actually prefer it. All right. Very gross rev limiter there. That's the problem as well, because you have this fake sound in the cabin and you don't really hear that exhaust anymore, and the car is pretty well insulated. You don't really hear the engine. It's quite difficult to tell from hearing where the red line is. And I can't see the rev limiter there. I can't see it in the head-up display, but okay, so automatic mode. Now there is another big change they made. Well, you can really hear that gearbox. It is quicker. It's quicker than before. I really like that. There's another big change they made, which is the fact that they made the car more comfortable. The air suspension this car has, they made comfort mode more comfortable because people complained about the suspension being too hard and too firm and the car not being comfortable enough. So they changed that with this car, made it much more comfortable, and I have to say, in comfort mode it is very, very comfy. In race it's still quite comfy. I would even go so far as to say it's a bit too soft, especially that front axle. Martijn told me this was going to happen at higher speeds. That's 298. You can feel the front end getting a bit light, and it's also, the wind is quite strong today, so it could have something to do with that as well, or that at least I think enhances it a bit, or makes it worse rather. But that's not great, because the previous one felt absolutely tied down and solid at high speeds. This one, not so much. So performance-wise, we have the same power as pre-facelift. As I said, we measured this car at 100 to 200 in 7.93 seconds, which is not bad. We don't have a Draggy verified 100 to 200 from the pre-facelift, so we don't really know how that compares. We can compare it to an Audi R6, for instance, which did 8.77, so this is almost a second quicker, and we can compare it to the BMW M5, which did 6.7. So that's the M5 competition. So that is a lot quicker, more than a second. So it sits right in the middle of the two. And of course, this car has the benefit of being available as a saloon and as an estate, which, you know, the Audi is only available as an estate and the BMW only available as a saloon. So at least you have some choice with this one, which I really like. And I mean, it is a really, really nice car. It's such a good car to travel in. It's super comfy. It's definitely more comfortable than the previous one. It's just a shame that it doesn't feel as brutal anymore. It's really, it's a bit more civilized. It's not a civilized car, but it does feel a bit more civilized than the previous one, which is a shame. So here we go, little bump in race mode. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. 296, braking hard. Those brakes, okay, these brakes are pretty good. That is pretty impressive. I'll give it to AMG. That's a pretty damn good steel brake. Going from 296 to 120 in that. Yeah, okay, good brakes. If you want, go for the ceramics. If you don't want it, just go for these ones. There we go. So, some consumer advice. Always happy to provide that and to save you some money, because these are pretty damn good brakes. But I mean, it's still a very, very impressive car. It's just, I feel a bit, I don't know, I'm not as satisfied as I would be in a, that's 300. Just wanted to hit that before the border. There we go. Okay, fun is over. I'm not as satisfied as I would have been in a pre-facelift car, I think. And I think that's a shame, because it is a really, really, really good car. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This little update for the E63S. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right, or go check out this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.